You've said all the way along, look, the Senate's constrained here the most, and therefore they've got the most heft, except where it comes down to the state and local taxes, and then the House has got the sort of negotiating power here. Just explain where you think we stand at this point after the last few days of negotiations.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's a good point, and it's one of the reasons that this is still pretty far from a done deal. There's a lot of optimism this week, particularly amongst the clients that we talk about, especially with the House voting affirmatively yesterday, that things are on track and they're definitely going to happen this calendar year. But the state and local tax issue is one where the deal that was put in place to sort of buy back some of the blue state Republicans, that same deal doesn't exist in the Senate version. That's one sticking point. I would add in the individual mandate, and definitely some of the deficit hawks in the Senate make this a lot more of a hard lift in the Senate chamber.
But at the same time, it's going to take a while, and they have to trade away lots of different things. So that optimism you're referring to, is it just over the fact that things are moving and they got it past the House, or is it over the specific measures in the bill?
I mean, it's hard for me to tell exactly. I mean, I think that anytime there's kind of a sense of there's a milestone passed, there's a sense of momentum.
Movement.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why you get some of the good feelings. But what we haven't seen yet is obviously we've gone through a Senate markup process. All right, we're going to have a week off now, and there's supposed to be a vote on the week coming back. But what we haven't seen is that negotiation between the House and the Senate. And I would say that within the Senate themselves, the vote count's kind of challenged because you already have Ron Johnson saying that he's not going to vote for it because he doesn't want corporations treated better than small businesses. We've had Bob Corker say in the past that he's willing to accept some alternative scores, but he wants this thing to be deficit neutral. With Susan Collins expressing reservations about the individual mandate, Lisa Murkowski too. I mean, so one of our views is that ultimately this bill is still going to have to be substantially moderated. One thing that you can do, and I think we're a little bit out of consensus here, is frankly, you don't have to cut the corporate tax rate as much.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, if you, for example, if you were to take if you end the corporate tax rate at 25% instead of 20%, you raise more than enough money to take the individual mandate out of the discussion, put some more money on the table for the deficit hawks. That to us is ultimately some movement in that direction is part of what gets us across the finish line. But still, that takes a little bit more time, which is why we're a little more pessimistic on the timing than the House leadership has put out.